Welcome everyone to another episode of Cruise Smarter and Not Harder. This episode is going to be geared towards our new cruisers, our first time cruisers, and some of those things that you should know before you go.
Stay tuned. You want to watch this.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire.
What's going on Deckers? We are back.
Hello, everyone.
It's your boy Adam.
And this is Debbie.
What's up everyone?
Hola, hola, hola.
We wanted to touch base with you guys again on our last cruise.
I felt really forward from you. Sorry.
So you're gonna scoot through it? Okay.
Yeah.
So on our last cruise, we met a lot of new cruisers. A lot of new cruisers who were not aware of certain things that they could do, or certain things that were part of just cruise customs. So we wanted to make a video for you first-time cruisers. So maybe you are booked on a cruise and you're going soon and you just have some questions, or you just not sure exactly what you can and can't do, or what should be done and what shouldn't be done. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of iron out some of those details and get you up to speed.
Yes. And not so much first-time cruisers, because we did meet a couple of seasoned cruisers who were also not aware of some of the policies.
Mom and Dad, hey.
Yes, hi.
How you guys doing?
Have fun.
They're on the horizon right now,
Yes.
so have fun, Mom and Dad. Love you.
Okay, so first we're going to talk about shore excursions.
Shore excursions.
Listen, the moment you book your cruise, if you know you want to do a shore excursion, book it right away, because chances are that they're either going to be canceled because they're going to run out of space. You won't be able to book them. Or if you are able to book them, like us, we were able to book. We had a Key Lime
bike tour in
Key West, and there weren't enough participants, so our slot got canceled. So we basically ended up doing absolutely just walking around and stuff there on Key West. So the minute you know where you're going, if you know that you want to do a shore excursion, and even if you're not sure what you want to do, just go onto the Carnival website. We always recommend you booking your shore excursions through Carnival. Why, baby?
Because it's the safest way to do it. If there are any cancellations, you don't have to worry about refunds taking forever. They refund those back to your sail and sign card, and those are refundable. So once you get off the ship, if for whatever reason you decided not to use that money, it would be refunded to you. If you do decide to just go back on the ship and use that for souvenirs, etc., that money will be immediately available to you. Not to mention, if anything does happen while you're in port, the ship won't leave without you. So no matter how long they have to wait to get you back onto the ship will wait for you until you get back from your shore excursion. So booking through Carnival is definitely the most safest and convenient. Not to mention, it's just peace of mind that you have by booking through them.
Yeah. There might be
I didn't get paid for that either.
No, yeah, and not at all. They might be a little bit more expensive, but once again, you have that peace of mind. Ship is not going anywhere until they have you on board. So, you know what? That's the safest way to go.
Absolutely, 100%. Anything else that we wanted to touch on regarding shore excursions? I don't think so. Just make sure that you book them early so that you can get your slots in there. You don't want those things to sell out, and the longer you wait, the larger the possibility that they're going to sell out.
Oh, and just because they're on your card does not mean that they're secure.
No,
they're in your card, but you got to pay for them in order to go on ahead and have them with you. And second of all, when you the day of embarkation, I think it is, that they deliver all of the tickets.
Second day or something.
Second day? Yeah. Day before you have to go on the shore excursion. Your tickets are delivered to your cabin, so you don't have to worry about picking them up anywhere. So yeah, it's the safest way to go.
Well, maybe it is the first day, depending. Like if your next day is in the port, then they'll likely deliver those the night before. So
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so number 4, número 4, is gratuities. So there's a lot to be said about the gratuities. I always advocate for people to pay the gratuities. I know it's your money, so I'm not gonna tell you how to spend your coins. However, these individuals, the team members on board, they work really hard. They really work really hard to make your vacation everything you want out of it. And those gratuities that you're paying, it's for that nice cabin steward who's going to introduce themselves on the first day, ask you what time you want your cabin turned down, cleaning up and bringing you more toiletries if you need, whatever the case may be. It also covers for the bus boys. So when you're on a cruise, you eat and you just stand up. Someone comes and they collect your plate throughout your entire cruise. It also takes care of them as well. I'm missing a group of, your dining staff. So in the main dining room, it would also cover for those individuals who will be serving you those delicious meals every single night. So again, I advocate for them. They don't get paid a lot of money wage-wise. So if it's not going to set you back too far, please make sure that you prepay the gratuities, or once you get on board, they do what?
They take it out the day before, I think it's a C day, no? The day before we're supposed to,
They're going to add it to your account.
We're gonna.
You know how this works. So yeah, I'm
I
trying to get it.
My mouth is broken. I can't get my words out.
So at some point throughout the cruise, it might be the day before or a couple of days before. At some point, they're going to add the gratuities onto your book, onto your Sail and Sign account if you didn't prepay those. So my suggestion is always prepay it. You don't have to pay it by final payment date. Final payment date is typically 60 to 75 days prior to your sailing. So from that point on, you can pay those gratuities at any point. You can pay it 55 days out, 45 days out, 20 days out, 10 days out, etc. My suggestion is always to prepay them so that you don't have to see that pop up on your account summary with your Sail and Sign card, and you just got your peace of mind that you've already taken care of those amazing people that take care of you.
And it does cover for a lot of the people that are working, behind closed doors, because I have heard a lot of people say, oh no, well, I just want to give my wait staff, a tip, personally, or I want to give my cabin steward a tip That's okay if you want to do that as well, because the truth of the matter is that, they really do work hard, but those gratuities in themselves, they cover every single person, even those that you don't come in contact with. So just, like Adam said, it's your coins, your money. You can spend it however you want to. But just know that, they don't get paid a lot. And what they get in gratuities is basically just extra money that they can send home.
And that doesn't go to Carnival. That goes to them. That's how they make their wages. And that's what they send back home to their families. Once again, we'll stop there. I suggest that you pay those gratuities, prepay them, and look out for these individuals. But again,
and the biggest point is you just don't want to be surprised by the add-on while you're on the cruise.
That's true.
So you might as well just pay them off before that, because if not, you won't be counting on them, and next thing you know, it's like, your bank account or your credit card takes an unexpected hit, and you just don't want to do that. That was our biggest thing.
Absolutely. So number 3, número 3. We've got that liquid policy.
Yes.
So the liquid policy is pretty extensive. I wouldn't say it's that extensive, but there's some things that you want to know prior to going on board the cruise with regards to the liquid policy. So unlike airlines, there is no 3.4 ounces limitations for your toiletries or anything like that. There are certain things that you can bring on board only on that first day.
Only on the first day. That's it. Only on the first day.
So what are some of the things that you saw?
You can bring sodas. You can bring a bottle of wine, 750 mLs. You can bring champagne, 750 mLs. You can't bring beer.
Milliliters is
Milliliters.
mLs.
I'm sorry, it's mLs. You can't bring any beer. You can't bring any hard liquor. You cannot bring bottles of water. Anything that is bottled cannot go. Number one, it's over 12 ounces, and that is your maximum. That's your limit. It's 12 ounces. And number two, they just don't allow anything in plastic bottles. So anything in a carton or a can can be taken in the first day. So why do we say this? Okay, because our last cruise, we went to Key West. And, you know, we saw a lot of people going over to the CVS and buying them, you know, like 12 packs of sodas and 6-pack of sodas. You can't take them on. Like, they'll confiscate it. They'll give them back to you at the end of the cruise, but you can't take them on board to your cabin.
Yeah, so that's a big piece, especially if you're stopping at another U.S. port. You may see the first day like, oh, we could do that, we could bring something on board. Yes, you could, but that window of opportunity is only available on that first day. So make sure that you, again, if they serve Pepsi products on board Carnival Cruise Lines. We bring our own because we're not huge Pepsi product fans, you know, and that's just preference. So if you prefer like root beer, or you prefer Coca-Cola, Sprite, etc., you're going to want to bring those on board, but you're going to want to bring those on board the first day. Each person is allowed 12 up to 12 ounces, as Debbie stated, cans and cartons only. Cool? Yes, the champagne wine, you've already touched on that. If you're celebrating anything, champagne wine, bring that on board, first day only. And yeah, let's do it.
Okay. When it comes to the Cheers package, guys, you have 15 drinks, okay? But these are alcoholic drinks. It does not include your coffee, specialty coffee, obviously with no alcohol. If it has alcohol, then it counts towards an alcoholic drink. It includes your milkshakes, it includes your sodas, it includes your waters, it includes your Powerades or whatever energy drinks they sell on board. Like, it encompasses so much more than just 15 drinks. Okay, so just because you had an orange juice in the main dining room, you know, for C-Day brunch, that doesn't count to your 15 drinks. No, it's just part of it.
Well, orange juices.
Yeah, orange juice. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you can get orange. Everybody can get orange juice.
Oh, the ones that don't count are the fresh juices. Those you have to pay. Like, the drink package doesn't cover it.
Correct. So.
That's what I wanted to say.
What do you mean the pressed juices?
Maybe like the beet juices.
Well, yeah, either way, yeah, you're going to have to pay additional.
Exactly. You're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, it doesn't count towards 15.
It doesn't count towards your 15. So, but I just wanted to say that you can have milkshakes, you can have sodas, you can have waters, unlimited waters and unlimited sodas.
Unlimited everything.
Just 15 drinks, that's it.
Correct. So, yes, 15 alcoholic drinks. Nothing else counts towards that, and everything else is unlimited.
Okay. I just wanted to say that was reading.
No, and that's a good call out, because a lot of people who get the drink package are not aware that that's the case. So, absolutely, go ham on the bottles of water, energy drinks, sports drinks, all that stuff. It doesn't count towards your 15. Enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Number 2.
Travel documents.
Numero 2.
Travel documents. Okay, this is the deal. You can get on the ship with a birth certificate.
This is loaded.
Yeah. You can get on the ship with your birth certificate and a driver's license. You can get on the ship with a passport. You can get on the ship with a green card. I think it is, right? If you're not a citizen. You can get on green card, but you know, I won't touch too much on that because that's a little bit more complicated. However, understand that if you get on the ship with a birth certificate and a driver's license, the day of debarkation, that line is going to be very long, okay? However, if you get on the ship with a passport, the line is shorter. You just walk through and facial recognition, and that's it. You're done. That's it. You can just walk out of the terminal. So
she really wanted to touch on that debarkation piece. I really want to touch on, you just need your travel documentation to get on board the ship. So that's going to happen before debarkation. If you come to the ship and you don't have anything to identify who you are, and that's in person, not like, oh, well, look at my...
A picture.
Yeah, that's not going to work. So, major piece, you want to make sure that your travel documentation, and if you're not a U.S. citizen, if you're here on some sort of a visa or you have a residence card, I suggest personally that you get in contact with Carnival, or you go onto the website to see the specifics that you need to have to make sure that you get on board, because they will leave you at the port if you don't have the travel documentation necessary to get on board. So that's it. That's a huge piece. What Debbie's speaking about, absolutely correct as well. If you have a passport, you're breezing right through. Facial recognition, done deal. Everyone who has a birth certificate or some other sort of travel documentation, it might be a little while. So travel documentation, really important. I bring that up second because you won't be getting onto the cruise. There will be no cruise without that travel documentation.
No. And you have to be careful, because they do tell you what it is exactly that you need to get on that ship. So if you don't show up with it, it's not the ship's fault, it's not Carnival's fault, it's the person's.
Correct. It's your responsibility to make sure that you have the necessary documentation. One other thing that I will say for first-time cruisers, if you don't know, you have 14 days prior to make sure that you do your check-in. You can do your check-in times and all of those things. You can print out your boarding pass. All of those things are important to have. To me, it's part of the travel documentation because they are documents. So get your check-in done 14 days before your cruise. Print out those boarding passes. Make sure that your identification, your actual travel documentation, such as passports, birth certificates, don't wait till the last second. Don't wait till the last second to have to go down to some sort of government agency to try to get a birth certificate. It's not the way to go. Make sure that all of that is done in a perfect world before you make that final payment. Yeah, so just a little bit of word of advice from some seasoned cruisers regarding travel documentation.
Oh, and one more thing about the boarding passes and the luggage tags. After a certain time, you won't have access to those. So don't think that you're going to, oh my God, I forgot, in the day of your cruise, you're just going to go in and print them out, because they're no longer there. You won't be able to see them.
That's a good call out.
So
12 midnight the night before your cruise. That's the cutoff. You won't be able to access any of that.
Exactly, and you won't be able to purchase a lot of things either. So
100%.
That's
Love that call out. That's good. That's good.
And last but not least, number one.
Numero uno.
Numero uno.
This is very important.
Yes, you know what? If you can, get yourselves a travel agent. Get yourself a travel advisor that knows what they're doing, that knows the ins and outs, that knows the loopholes. Go ahead. I'll let him talk, because if not, I'll keep rambling.
No, you're doing a good job.
You know what? Why? Because number one, it doesn't cost you anything. It really doesn't. Regardless of what cruise line you're going with. It could be Carnival, it could be Norwegian, it could be Royal, whatever cruise line it is, you guys don't pay any extra for that, number one. Number two, if anything needs to be changed, you don't have to spend 45 minutes to an hour, and sometimes even longer, on the phone with Carnival or whatever other cruise line it is, because as travel advisors, we actually have a dashboard, or we have applications, or we have platforms where we can go, and even from our phones, we can be in passing. You see us, hey, I saw a cabin, I want this cabin instead of the other one. Okay, let me go on my phone and let me switch your cabins. Let me see if it's available. That can be done, as to where if you have to call, if you have to change it, it's a long-term process. So, why go through the hassle of trying to do it yourself when you actually have travel advisors that can help you out with all that stuff for free, because you don't pay any extra.
Absolutely. And not to mention, we've got a bit more experience doing this. So if you have any questions or anything like that, I'm a text message away. Debbie's a text message away. You can give us a call. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. A big piece also with travel advisors, or at least the way that we operate, we're constantly checking to make sure that your rate has not gone down. So if your rate has gone down, we can get you the lower rate. You don't have to worry about purchasing or booking a cruise and then seeing that the price has gone down. Of course, this is before final payment, and there's a little bit more explaining that goes in with that. But like Debbie said, we understand these rate codes, we understand how these fares work, and we can get you in the know, let you know all of your options and what works best for you to save money or what have you. Another huge piece that a lot of people who have never booked or who have never cruised before don't know is you don't have to pay for your cruise all at one time. It's not something where, okay, you get the cabin, you know the ship, you have the date, and you need to put all of this money down. Your cruise might be $1,000, but if you're booking a year out, all you have to do is satisfy the deposit, which can be anywhere from $100 to maybe $500, depending on the length of your cruise. But then you have another 8 months to pay that off. So you can do that with, by any means that works best for you. If you want to put $25 every single time you get paid, $100 every time you get paid, whatever, it's completely up to you, and the flexibility is there 100%. All you have to do is just make sure that the booking is paid off by the final payment date, which typically happens, again, 60 days to 75 days prior to your sailing. So the earlier you book, the better it's going to be for you, because you get that much more time to pay off that cruise. It's not financing, there's no interest. The price is the price at the time that you book, and all you have to do is just make sure that the booking is paid off at that 60-day or 75-day mark. So travel advisors, a huge piece. They'll definitely save you money. They're not going to cost you money, but they're going to save you money, and you'll always be in the know, especially if you book with us here at Cruise Button.
Yay.
Let's go. Anyways, so that's number one. I know we may have missed some other things. I know that people talk to me about things that they didn't know on board the cruise, and I don't recollect what they were. I still don't. I know I told
But
you.
it'll come to us. I mean, we did meet a lot of people. We did make a lot of connections, so that was good. I'm horrible with names. I do remember, Sarah and Jackie.
Well, we won't go to the name.
We won't go through all the names that we remember.
If you're watching this,
yes.
Again, if we met you on the Carnival Conquest this past week, it was a pleasure meeting each and every one of you. It was a pleasure being cruise buddies with you. I hope you had as much fun as we had, and we hope to see you on the seas some other time. See you on deck. On deck with CB.
Yes. So thank you so much for watching. Is that it?
Yeah, I think
we got it all.
I think that's it.
Yes, I think we got it all. So thank you so much for watching another episode of Cruise Smarter and Not Harder. This is your host, Debbie and Adam. And
your peoples.
Nos vemos luego. Right?
All right, people. Love you guys. Thank you again. We're at 300 subscribers. Yes. I knew she was going to want to do that. I beat her to it. 300 subscribers. We love you from number 1 to 300 plus. Mwah, mwah. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble.